Hi, it's Danny with Sagittarius, and we're going to do a reading on dun, 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 Sagittarius. Alright, what does Sagittarius need to know? Eight of Swords. Great. I'm a Sagittarius too, so great. That means being really insecure and overthinking a lot and feeling like trapped by your own thoughts. I can relate to that. Oh, Queen of Wands. It would be great if it was upright. It's in a reversal. This is Aries energy, but it's in reversal, so it's like, I don't know if you guys know a lot about Aries. Aries is my moon sign. Aries always comes off as very confident, very put together. Like they just know what they're doing. You'll think they're the smartest person in the room, but actually they're just overcompensating a lot. They're actually really insecure most of the time. And Aries is the first birth of your life cycle. They say that you live as each zodiac sign at least once. If you guys hear that disgusting noise, that's my dog. They say you live as each zodiac sign at least one time, and you have to go through each life, and they're in a particular order. The very first life is Aries. Aries are the babies. And if you make it all the way through all the zodiac signs, all the way to the last one, which is Pisces, and you still haven't figured it out, because that's the thing about the universe, is it's going to keep giving you the same lessons over and over and over again until you figure it out. And they say if you schmill unalive yourself, you just come back with a very similar life setup with the same problem, because you're gonna have to figure it out. So there's the positivity for the day. Anyways, Sagittarius, let's get back to the reading. We have this, which I think is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, which is a lot of insecure thinking, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like your thoughts are consuming you and not in a good way. And then we have this reversed Aries card, or Queen of Wands. It's in a reversal, so this is definitely a lack of confidence. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, that just flew out. We have some good news. The Sun card just came out, so that's good. So we could be coming out of a period of deep insecurity. If you're still in this period of really overthinking and feeling insecure, you could be coming out of it soon. So that's a good news. We have a Queen of, or blah, 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 we have an Ace of Wands showed up in a reversal here. Not sure what that means yet, but we'll come back and clarify them. Angels, guides, what does Sagittarius need to know? Two of Cups, it's in a reversal. Two of Cups is, symbolic of a relationship. It could be a relationship in the past. It could be a relationship you have right now. It could be your relationship with yourself, which you guys know what I'm trying to say. Arguably, I think that's right, is the most important. Your relationship with yourself, right? Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. I know, it's cliche, but it's true. And the reason for that is something I have said a million times, and it's because I heard it from my mom, and I've heard it from other people. I'm the ripe age of 31 now. I think I'm 31. Ripe age of 31. And I know I'm not like old, but I'm not like super young either. Okay, I've lived a little. I made it through my 20s. Let's say that. That's an achievement, okay? That's an achievement right there. What I can say about early 20s is it's a very insecure, sad time. And it's a very fragile time. And you can get broken really bad in your 20s. And it can take a lifetime to recover from that. You got to learn how to love yourself. And the earlier you do that, I think the better your life is going to be. And be with people who allow you to love yourself. That was a hard one to learn. Once you realize the person that you're with is making it impossible for you to love yourself because they're just, you know, they're cheating on you, they're calling you names, they're making you feel so much like less than, and it's already hard enough to like yourself, and this person is just making you feel like garbage. Get out of that. Get out of that. It's not going to serve you, and it's not going to help anything. Okay. We have the reverse death card. I don't know if you guys heard that. I swear to God, that was my dog. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. We can laugh about it. I have a English bulldog, and if anyone's ever had an English bulldog, if you know, you know. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to the reading. I keep gabbing. We have all these insecure thoughts, this period of depression, this period of insecurity, but then we also have this sun. And this sun, now that I'm looking at it laid out the way it is, this could also represent your perspective could use a little bit of shifting, maybe a lot of focusing on the negative when we could be, I know it's hard, we could be appreciating some of the things that we do have rather than what we don't have. I left my job and it's been weird not working like regular full-time hours, and I should be thankful that I was even able to do that. But now I feel like kind of insecure that I'm not bringing in like any money, you know, I have all this free time, but I'm not bringing in lots of money. So, you know, perspective, right? Then we have this Ace of Wands, which could be, the way that it's laid out, is this feeling held back, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't move forward, feeling like you're in a rut. And then we have this reverse Two of Cups. Remember that lovely couple sitting here, but it's in reversal. That is, you know, because it's on top of this girl covered around by her thoughts, this insecurity, this overthinking. This could just mean your relationship with yourself, or it could mean that someone's really put you in a sad, low place too. Maybe a past relationship, or maybe the person you're still with, or maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your kid, maybe it's your brother. I don't know. It's different for everybody. We have the Death card that's coming on top of this Aries card. It's in reversal too, which means this inability to accept change, right? And I think my mom was just telling me this today, that we're all part of the same consciousness, right? Like we're all connected. We're all part of the same eye, she was saying. That's why there's an eyeball on the dollar bill. It's because we all say, I'm going to do this. We're all I, right? So I think we're all in this boat together, especially we're all Sagittarius, or it's somewhere on your chart, or you know somebody who is. Anyways, this inability to let change manifest the way that it's supposed to. You're not embracing something, and maybe you're not even conscious of what that something is right now, but there's something that you're not embracing, some sort of change. And I am too. I think we're all doing that, right? There's all sorts of things that it could be that we could change or allow to shift that feel uncomfortable, that we don't want to do. But that needs to happen, and that is appearing here in this reading. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This could be a lack of security, a lack of finances. Maybe money's not coming in as smoothly as you want it to be, or maybe as smoothly as it used to be. Maybe you don't like your job. It's a lot of things it could be. You're feeling like kind of in a rut, in an insecure rut. Angels, guides, what does Sagittarius need to know? Knight of Swords. This is most of the time, the knights and the queens and the kings, and the pages, they usually represent someone or yourself. It's usually a person. And this is a very chaotic individual. It's in an upright position, so this could be someone who just gets stuff done. But I would even venture to say, because there is the crow or the raven, whatever, in this picture, and it's a very chaotic energy, and it's falling on top of that Ace of Wands, that this change could be being inspired from someone else. Maybe there's someone who's kind of pushing you to stay in a certain position that you're unhappy with and that you know you need to change or move out of. This could be, maybe you've tried to break up with someone over and over again and they're just making it really hard for you to leave them. They're saying a lot of things, there's arguments, there's really chaotic energy. These two cards together, the way that they're laid, is it's a little bit kind of a negative energy coming from that. And I see this other representation, this Knight of Pentacles, and it's on top of the Sun card. And my dogs are going crazy. This seems like maybe perhaps someone you're not giving enough attention to, and it could be yourself, your job. Do you guys hear that? My dog is crazy. This is something you're not giving enough energy to. It could be like nurturing yourself as well. There's some sort of supportive person in your life who wants to be there and has shown you that they're willing to be there. This could be your mom, sister, brother, and hold on. So this is a supportive figure in your life that the spirits and the guides are advising you to lean into a little bit more. And I know that it feels comfortable leaning into this chaos because you have some sort of trauma bond with this chaotic person. But they don't, at the end of the day, know what's best for you. You know what's best for you. Okay. So this is interesting. We had this 8 of Swords, and then we had this 2 of Cups. Well, wouldn't you know? Now we have, is it 10? 10 of Swords. This is a betrayal. There was some sort of betrayal in your past. And this could just be, it could even be childhood trauma. It's not always past lovers. It also could be a relationship with your mom. It could be a relationship with sister. It's this overwhelming, not even overwhelming. For a lot of us, I think it's a quiet whisper in our head that we don't even know where it's coming from, that leads to these insecurities and these doubts. And sometimes those other thoughts of insecurities and doubts, they don't even know where they're stemming from, this whisper, but they get so much louder that you don't hear the original whisper. And that's why it's so hard to find the initial whisper to quiet it. It's like the quiet leader of all these thoughts. Hope that made sense. Okay, and then we have the Hierophant here in a reversal. Would you look at this? This is 3 reversals on top of each other and 2 major arcana cards, all about not releasing this whisper, right? There's some sort of trauma, there's some sort of insecurity that's making you feel like you're not good enough. And for some people, it's a person that you still have in your life that you need to cut out. For the rest of us, or for other people, it's this needing to really look at where the whisper is coming from and to really deal with it, which I know feels impossible. But loving yourself is very important. And whatever kind of rut you're in or that you're coming out of, the best way to learn that lesson, right? So we can learn the lessons we're supposed to learn while we're here through each of the zodiac signs. We want to learn the lessons we're meant to, right? So the best way to learn that lesson is to learn to love yourself. Because once you tackle loving yourself, And I haven't even completely tackled that myself, but I have this like vision of what that looks like, where you finally don't have like that doubt in your head, or oh, I can't do this because of that, or I can't do this because of that, oh, that person won't like me, I can't go do that. Once like that stops a lot more, and you're willing to like love yourself and be that support in your own head all the time, or at least most of the time, I don't know if anyone ever gets to all the time. Once you do that, I think it becomes so much more clear what you actually want, instead of feeling like so impulsive and just wanting to do everything. And I think also Sagittarius just struggles with that in general. It's like we feel like we can do everything, like take on every single hobby ever. I do that, take on every hobby, and if I'm not like immediately good at it, I'm so frustrated. And then we have this Sun card, and these two together, this is what's giving me the energy and the message that there is a supportive figure in your life that you should lean into more. You should start talking to them more, listening to them more, venting to them more. The reason that you don't feel safe leading into this person and why you have doubts about them, I think there was some sort of argument that you've had with them. There was a lot of disagreements that you had with them. There's some sort of history here, but I can see that that's healing. And if you really look at it, like, it's worth healing that and moving on from that, because this person at the end of the day is a really supportive, helpful figure in your life, and this energy and this message is literally reading that you should lean into them more. Their advice could be helpful at this time. What does Sagittarius need to know? It's Three of Pentacles. Sorry. Three of Pentacles. This is a card about compromising, reaching agreements. So, and that's falling on top of this chaotic energy. This person who's, you know, maybe kind of pressuring you to stay in a certain spot or to do a certain thing. The spirits are advising there is compromises to be made with them. But the way this is reading, and especially because this is a 3, is that there may need to be a third party involved, or there is a third party involved, or let me ask for clarification. Please clarify this 3 of Pentacles. Okay, 10 of Wands. So there's compromises to be had, and it's one person in this situation is feeling like they're taking on a lot more than the other. They're feeling really overwhelmed, and like they're doing everything to keep this in a peaceful way. Like, okay, now I can see what it means. Let me just think of the words to make this make the most sense. So you feel like you're doing everything you can possibly do to make this person happy and to make them see you as successful and as someone that they can be proud of. You feel like you're doing all of that, but you don't feel accepted by them. You don't feel like seen by them. And for some people, this person isn't a good person to have in your life right now. You just hear my cat singing. I mean, at the end of the day, if they're unwilling to have compromise with you, or to lay off a little while you're trying to figure it out and regroup, and coming out of this rut, this depression, if they're not going to be supportive while you're coming out of this depression, I mean, we can circle back to that, you know, reverse death card here, where we need to embrace change. So for some people, this is someone you can have a compromise with. And for other people, you know, And you know who you are. You need to listen to your intuition. And not to say that I haven't been there. I've been there. I'm not there right now, but I've been there. And I think a lot of us can relate to that. But if you're in those shoes right now, this person's not allowing you to love yourself and to progress and to do the things that you want to do to make yourself happy. If you can't even figure out what makes you happy because of this person, you know, there's something really to look at there. Oracle card, time to breathe it out. To listen to where that whisper is coming from. Is it from past trauma, new trauma, current trauma? We need to release the old trauma. We need to cut out the current trauma. And you know who you are. And your hard work is paying off. You're coming out of this insecure, depressed rut. You're coming to the end of it where it's time for you to learn the cause of it, to learn where this insecurity is stemming from, and to release it or cut it out. This is that lesson that you're supposed to learn, the Hierophant in reverse. And if you don't, well, honey, the universe is just going to give it to you again. And you're going to have to learn it. It's not going to go away. Anyways, I hope you found something in here that resonated with you. I'm sorry I gabbed a lot. I hope there was something in here of value to you. Yeah, I also posted mini personal readings on my website, Sagittario.com. So you can get a little handwritten reading from me. They are a small little card that will have a summarized reading. Or you can get it with a candle that will tell you what to manifest from the reading. Or you can just get it by itself and it will just be a little summarized reading. And whenever you guys buy those readings from me, you can definitely email me and let me know if there's anything that you want me to ask the guides or if there's anything you want me to focus on. I also have these cute earrings for sale, and I have these little spooky ghost candles. They're scented like marshmallows. I have love spell candles, or self-love, you know, whatever you're needing in your life right now. Anyways, please like, please subscribe.